Floss Tube. Welcome to my channel. Happy Flossidays. This is Jessie with Boba Jessie Stitches, and today is Christmas Day. It is Wednesday, December 25th. It's the finale of our Happy Flossidays. And although there will obviously one more video at least to kind of show the final stitching of December, I guess. Though you've seen all of it. But yeah, thank you all so much for those of you who watch me off and on, all of them, whatever. There's so many people who make holiday content, and the fact that y'all take a little bit of time, every few days to watch something with me means a lot to me, and I appreciate it. And so thank you so much. I am very thankful for my friends, out in my stitchy, world out there. So, I'm filming this pretty late. It's 8 o'clock at night right now. So by the time some of y'all watch this, Christmas will be over. So, but Merry Christmas to those of you who are celebrating, this evening. And I understand for some people it's the beginning of their Christmas season. I am not a Christian, just FYI, so I don't know all the things. But also for those who are celebrating, tonight's the first night of Hanukkah. So may your candle burn brightly. And, I think, Kwanzaa tomorrow. I don't know what you say for Kwanzaa, but happy Kwanzaa for those of you who are celebrating Kwanzaa, as well. And for those of you celebrating Boxing Day, what do you do on Boxing Day? Box things? That's what you do. I'm sorry. Sorry, folks, celebrating Boxing Day. There's something serious about that. But yeah, today we had a Texans game. It did not end the way we thought it would end for us, but there's no impact in terms of our ability to go to playoffs. We were clinched. We were going to our division. We're the division leaders. It was just a question of seeding at this point in time. So we are in the playoffs. We were always going to be an underdog going into the playoffs, and so it was disappointing. No one wants to have such a Christmas loss. But you know what? We won. I got to see Beyonce in real life, the Queen. So. I'm going to take that. We're going to take that. And for those of you who have not been able to see that, hopefully you can see Beyonce's halftime performance from the game today that was on Netflix. If it's available and you can go watch it, go watch it. It's extraordinary. We plan on watching it again as it was aired on screen because we obviously watched it in a different format. But amazing. It's like watching a Super Bowl halftime, if I say so myself. Anyways, let's talk about some stitching. It's the final day. We're going to call Nordic holiday complete. So, I did stay caught up. Yesterday's color for the 24th was gold lang syne. Here it is. And all we did for that was that we added to the border down here and right there. And then there was some additional stitching of a previous color, adding some of these like leaf motifs, I guess you can say, down here at the bottom there. So we are fully caught up. At least I think we are. I'm going to take after doing today's stitching for day 25, I'm going to make a copy and go through and highlight it and compare, make sure I caught everything. That's one of the hardest things about doing these is that I'm not always sure if I capture all of the do. So let's open up day 25. Ooh, what a lovely, lovely color. And here is the card. A lovely picture for Christmas Day. Oh my goodness. I'm not looking at the thing. There's a gift. There's a gift for us. All right. So for today, it looks like, we got a good chunk. 256 X's need to get put in. I don't know if I'll get that done tonight, but we'll see. But here's the card. And it does look like we are filling in the bottom. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, and there's a little bit at the top as well. So we are going to there's quite a bit that needs to be done. But the name of the color for today is Dark Chocolate. And here it is against the fabric. So hopefully we'll see you on the other side. I don't think I'm filming tomorrow on the 26th, but I will film between now and New Year's to show you the update. I have a lot of things planned. But I can't obviously show this, but we got a gift. We have a gift. So we have a freebie chart here. little bonus chart, and when I looked at it, it was just like, this is extraordinary. Sending the stitch in 2025. It's dated, and it even has a 2025. But it is this. It is not this. This is not what's charted. But it is a deer motif in line with the Nordic holiday um, themes and everything. And so monotone colors for you to do as you will, I guess. So very, very exciting for that. Lovely, lovely. Oh, what did I just do with the floss? So there it is. I was like, oh no, don't lose the floss, Jessie. All right, so that takes care of that. A couple more stitchy related things that happened yesterday. I ended up finally sitting down and doing my Jiggle Ball class for Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery's flat fold finish for Bryson Bentley Badger. I was not able to watch the class live because I had a scheduling conflict, but I did do it yesterday. And ta-da! My fully finished object for Bryson Bentley. And so there it is. And does it sit? Oh, no, you can't see. But it does stand. It does stand. It does stand. So, but there he is. Everything is I was able to, one of the ones who got the Oklahoma Land Rush kit. And so there's the fabric that came with it and everything. I ended up putting, after the class, I used the clover clips to put it on here, and I wasn't really paying too much attention, but I got a little bit of the Chanel little squish here from the clips, but I think that'll be fine. I think eventually over time it will fuzz itself back out. But there you go. This was pretty easy. I will say that this was Ashley the Pumpkin's second class, Ashley and Amanda, and last year was the first one for the flat finish. They take a lot of care to do these classes well. Just listening to a little bit in this class and then even before in some of the stitching tables, apologies, that they take a lot of care in the technical aspects of it. And when they're writing the finishing instructions, I remember getting the instructions for the flat finish, and they were so good. And then them talking about why it was going to take a while for them to get the instructions for this one's because of technical editing and things like that they do. And I really appreciate that. And I think you can really see it. And there was like this little hint of where they were showing about practicing the lacing so that way they can teach us. And they literally brought up the stack. So these, like, I love the pumpkins. I think I would be friends with them in real life, like, honestly. But there is a not silly's not the right word, but there's a comfort vibe that you have with them because they are so friendly and things like that. But when I tell you, like, watching that class and like seeing those little peeks into their processes and things along that lines, like, these are the level of professionalism and in the work that they do is high, and it's no question on why they're so successful in general. And you can see that, like, you can really see what happens there. And even in that, when I think I mentioned, like, being in the stitchy table with them where Jody from Satsuma Street was joining, and they were talking to each other, and they were kind of talking about business aspects with each other in addition to other things, like just hearing the types of questions that were being asked and things like that. Again, the pumpkins truly are high level professional pros, and I cannot recommend enough. I think their charts are always really well done, very well written. Their classes, really well done, very well conducted. So highly, highly recommend any chance you get. I did not mean to make this a big old plug for the pumpkins, but I love pumpkins. But then I was thinking, okay, well, I'm hoping I have the access to the videos until January 8th for the Jingle Ball. And I thought, well, I only got one thing to flat fold finish. I mean, I got other things I'm sure I can go find. But I thought, well, what I would like to try, I need to do my second one for Up on the Rooftop, which is the little mini stockings by Lindy Stitches. I did watch that one. I just didn't have anything to make at the time. I was still stitching. So I went ahead and started working on a second stocking. Yesterday was a start. So I got a new start on stocking number 2. This is how far I got. I don't think I'm going to get done anytime soon, but my goal is to actually finish the second stocking because, as you will see, as I unravel this a little bit, that I had already done one stocking over here. And so there's 3. She had 3 in the pattern, but the idea is that to hopefully have 2, and then I can do 2 so I can kind of reinforce the learning. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So, but that's what I did. Oh, I kind of did this really quickly. So anyways, up on the rooftop, stocking number 2. This is the one with Santa's house. I'm sorry, I don't have the picture of what it will look like when it's done. I'm doing this 2/2 on 32 count linen, Stormy Clouds by Swigart. All right. Oh, details on Bryson Badger. The everything was called for. So this is 2/2 on 28 count Crystal Valor linen by Picture This Plus. The fabric is designed by the pumpkins themselves. It is available on Spoonflower. You can look for their shop on Spoonflower as well as all of their other fabrics that they have. And the trim is Musket by Lady Dot Creates. So that is the details on Bryson Badger. And they had a little piece of velvet, unknown velvet, gold as the thing to hold the bottom. All right, that's it on the stitchy content. So the last thing to do, well, I got 2 more things, right? The last thing to open, I only got 1 more thing to open, which is box 25 of Missouri Star Company. My Christmas gift, my last Christmas gift. All right. Ooh, I'm not allowed to have a gift because I don't know how to open it. Oh, here it is. All right. I had a guess. My guess was that these are going to be layer cakes. It's not a layer cake. What a lie. What a lie. What a wondrous lie. It's a cutting and pressing matte travel folio. I thought it was going to be a layer cake because we got a bunch of these patterns yesterday. And the box looked like it was going to be a layer cake box. Right? But no. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited about this. I actually have a couple of travel ones, but I don't think they're actually very travel-y. They're okay if you're going to a retreat and you're going to set up and stuff like that, but if you're just like wanting to set up for a little period of time, so obviously there's little handles. Oh my goodness, look at that. A felt ironing pad and then a cutting mat. I love this, and this is something that's travel that you can take to a retreat for cross stitching, because if you do need to press for some reason, I don't know what. Do we press at cross-stitch retreats? This one you have a finish. When you have a finish, you pull out your little baby iron, do a little pressing, take a picture. Lovely. This is a great gift. I'm really happy with that. Oh my goodness. I don't go to quilting retreats anymore, honestly. There were some things. There are things you don't even know about. Things you don't even know about. All right, so last but not least is the conclusion to our time heist riddle. And so, oh, did I not even bring it? I was going to tell you the end of the riddle. Oh, what did I do with the patch? Oh, here's the patch. All right, so obviously spoilers for anyone who's opening it and hasn't quite figured it out. So, remember, I was stumped on day 11. And the clue was, listen carefully, the difference between the year a great conflict ended and a year that will live in infamy will provide the shift you need to decode the final shutdown code. And remember, think about the 2 previous keys. It's like finding a hidden badge of honor. And then there was something wrong with this badge. Something did not look right here. And so what was the conclusion there? So shout out to my friend Rachel, who I think I just needed a fresh pair of eyes to take a look at it, and she figured it out. And so thank you, Rachel. Appreciate it. And what it is that after she watched and she's like, hey, do you think it's a Caesar Caesar decoder? And I was like, oh my gosh. But I was like, but that doesn't make any sense. So the shift is it's a shift for, because 4 years under a Caesar decoder. And I was reading this. I knew this was off because none of the infantry divisions were words. It's still not correct historically. But as you can see, I was reading this has Kuzan. Kuzan. Oh, why won't it focus? But that actually is Knzan, which means, if you do some quick alphabet math, that spells order. Order Infantry Division is still not a real thing. But that was the riddle, answer to the riddle. And then for time jump number 12, we had to put together key 4, key 11, and key 8 together for basically what was the final clue. What do I get? I don't know. Bragging rights we're figuring out. I guess I don't really get bragging rights. Rachel does. But the, I don't know what that means. Other than we succeeded. We solved the riddles. All right. Well, that's it, everyone. Thank you so much again for following along. I have a couple of videos planned before either right around the new year or right after, before, things on that lines. There will be a December wrap up, which will probably be just as short as these are, which is basically to show you the final piece for Nordic Holiday. If I do finish up on the rooftop, which is kind of the goal, as well as probably taking the class in the next day or so, if I take the class in the next day or so. So so there will be some type of video for that. We'll see. Let's be real. And then I am very much, got notes. I should be having my Notion, 2025 video ready to record also in the next week. So I will probably do that. The plan was to wait until January 2nd or 3rd to record that. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel about that. If I can, get my mind wrapped around how I can make it record the way I want it to record, other than just waiting. But it also depends on time and making sure that my Notion is completely set up. And then all being well, if I actually, I will also be doing a beginning of the year, end of the year whip parade of where we are going into that. And in my whip parade, I will be announcing my rebrand. The rebrand's coming, the reconsideration of what I want my channel to be going forward. And I'm going to give you a hint right now. So my husband and I have been talking about like what my rebrand should be and things like that, whether or not we needed a rebrand. And I think I do want a rebrand. I want to have a different focus, different way of approaching things. Not that my videos are really going to change, so don't worry about my regulars. Like, my videos really aren't going to change. But to kind of convey more accurately about who I am and what to expect from someone like me and the videos and things like that I make. And so the hint is that we were originally thinking about changing my name to the Sailor Stitcher, as in sailor, not sailor, this sailor. But then we thought that might be a little bit confusing. And so the hint is that I think I am going to be rebranding to the genre, which is actually magical girl anime. But I think my channel is going to be moving on to magical anime Stitcher. And so, but I will be announcing the rebrand as part of my whip parade with all the new images and things like that. By the way, if anyone knows someone who can make me into a Sailor Guardian, I love it. I haven't quite done any kind of Googling for that. But that is the plan for the rebrand, is for magical anime Stitcher. And it really should be magical girl Stitcher, but I don't really like the word girl. And so that's going to happen. So whip parade also happening sometime between now and the end of the year, beginning of the year. And all being well, no promises on this one. I will, if I can get this space completely cleaned out. I am planning on recording a tour of my craft room once I'm back in office and all of my office equipment and stuff like that is no longer here. I am going to record that, and then once things are kind of put away, stuff like that. That might take a little longer than a week to do, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. So, but that's it, everyone. I hope that you had a jolly stitchy time with me, and that everything was great. But we can't end without a terrible joke. Don't worry, jokes aren't going away. And there's still some jokes for next year, y'all. So don't have no fear. There's still jokes in there. Plenty. Plenty more to come. All right, you ready? What goes oh, oh, oh? Santa walking backwards. And with that, take care, everyone. If I don't see you, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Happy New Year. But always, I'll see you soon.